Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Union City High School, where the host Union City Bears are taking on the Mercyhurst Prep Lakers in a Region 3 softball matchup today. I'm Doug Gilchrist, and I will be joined by Ben Brozick later on when he gets here. So he will be here shortly, but I will take you through the beginning of the game. Mercyhurst Prep comes into today's game with a 7-1 record and 3-0 in region play. Meanwhile, Union City comes in tied for second place in the region, right behind Mercyhurst Prep at 2-1 in the region and 6-4 overall. So at the end of today, Union City is tied with Seneca for second place. So we could have a three-way tie for first place at the end of today if Union City can pull off the win today. Mercyhurst Prep, as I said, is 7-1 overall this year. They've won 6 straight games after losing their second game of the year. Most of their wins have been by double digits this year, including their last outing in which they beat Lakeview on Friday by a score of 24-11. Union City, meanwhile, won their last game over Eisenhower 13-0, and they've won 3 out of their last 4 and 5 out of their last 7. So both teams come into this game playing pretty good softball. And like I said, this is a big game in the region for region standings. We have a good pitching matchup today as Kimmy Zielinski is going to take the mound for Union City. She comes in with a 3-3 record overall in 9 appearances, with a 3.79 ERA, and she will be opposed by Riley Beebe for Mercyhurst Prep. Beebe comes into this game with a 4-1 record. And a 1.56 ERA this year in 6 appearances. So we're just minutes away from the first pitch of this ball game. And as we wait for the first pitch, I will give you today's starting lineups. For Mercyhurst Prep, leading off and playing center field, number 6, Jocelyn Jordan. Batting second and playing second base, number 15, Allison Kozinski. Batting third and playing third base, number 5, Abby Bender. In the cleanup spot, the pitcher, number 11, Riley Beebe. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 4, Kara Dugan. In the sixth spot and playing and catching, number 18, Harper Spence. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 22, Lucy Baker. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 10, Catherine Pondo. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Caden Thomas, number 54. Now for the home Bears. The Zielinskis lead off 1 and 2 with Kimmy, the pitcher, batting first, and Olivia Batting second and playing second base. Batting third and playing shortstop, Cheyenne Cummings. Batting fourth, Maddie Swan, number 23, at third base. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 16, Abby Capella. Number 6, then this batting sixth and playing left field, Malin Sipes, number 1. Number 7, Marie Troyer, batting 7th and playing in right field. Batting 8th and catching, number 3, Ellie Chapman. And batting 9th and playing in center field, Danica Williamson, number 2. As I said, Mercyhurst Prep comes into this game atop Region 1 with a 3-0 region record, followed by Seneca and Union City at 2-1. Region 1 finds Mercer atop the Region 1 standings at 5-1. They are 8-1 overall. And Region 2, Sagertown, Cochranton, and Cambridge Springs are all tied for the number 1 spot at 4-1 in the league. Sagertown 9-2, Cochranton 10-2 this season. Team's just about to take the field as the umpires have arrived. And while we are waiting, we will hear a couple words from our sponsors. Support for Union City play-by-play coverage on the UC Today sports stream is provided in part by the Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, wishing the Bears the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial services for you or your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street, Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at corryfcu.org. UC Today Sports thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, for their support of Union City Bears play-by-play. Also, coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today sports stream is brought to you by Capella Landscape. Capella Landscape Design, providing custom landscape design and installation for over 27 years, including lawn maintenance, patios, walkways, fire pits, retaining walls, and more. Fully insured and offering year-round services. More information at capellalandscape.com or by calling 814-438-3066. UC Today Sports thanks Capella Landscape Design for being a major sponsor of Union City Bears play-by-play coverage. Support for Union City Bears sports coverage comes from King Service Center. King Service Center is located at 25167 Weed Road. They offer tires, oil changes, state safety inspection, and more. Phone number is 814-694-3472. Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today's Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided by Goldstar Chinese Restaurant, offering dine-in and take-out at 31 North Main Street in Union City. More information at goldstarchinesefood.com or by calling 814-438-2688. UC Today Sports thanks Goldstar Chinese Restaurant for their support. And coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today's Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is brought to you by Tops Friendly Markets of Union City, located at 19 East High Street in Union City. More information at topsmarkets.com or 814-438-7614. UC Today Sports thanks Tops Friendly Markets of Union City for their support. And the captains and the coaches are meeting at home plate to go over the ground rules. You may notice that number 15, Shay Kent, one of our captains, is not in uniform today. She was in a car accident last night, so she's okay, but is not able to play today, so thank goodness for that. And hopefully everybody else involved is doing okay as well. It's definitely good to see her up and moving around, as things could have been a lot worse. But hopefully she'll be back out on the diamond shortly, and we will be ready for action here momentarily. Mercy Earth Prep comes into this game averaging 13.3 runs per game while giving up 4.7 runs per game. Meanwhile, Union City's averaging 9.3 runs per game, and they're giving up 7.2 runs per game. So, Mercy Earth Prep has the higher powered offense in this game, but they've given up some runs in their 8 games this year, so Union City may be able to capitalize on that and keep up with Mercyhurst Prep. One of the big issues for the Lakers this year has been their defense, as they've committed 22 errors this year in their 8 games. And that has led to 22 unearned runs. They've given up 36 runs altogether, but 22 of them are unearned. So hopefully Union City can take advantage of some of their defensive miscues today. And Union City is getting ready to take the field. Actually, both teams lining up along the foul lines. Looks like we might be having the national anthem played. So we will pause for that. All right, and we are just about ready for some softball here from Union City, as Mercyhurst Prep will have Jocelyn Jordan, Allison Kozinski, and Amy Bender, the first 3 batters in their lineup to lead off here in the first inning. Leadoff batter Jordan comes into this game batting .457. She is 16 for 35 this season with 3 doubles, 2 triples, and 7 RBIs. Mercyhurst Prep has 13 triples this year, which is a crazy amount, which shows their team speed as well as their offensive prowess. So that will be a key for Union City to not let the ball get past their outfielders and keep everything in front of them. As Kimmy Zielinski is on the mound. She pitched a 2-hit shutout, complete game shutout in their last game against Eisenhower. So hopefully she can continue her dominance, as she has been Union City's best pitcher so far this season. To set the defense behind the plate is Ellie Chapman, Abby Capella at first base, Olivia Zielinski at second, Cheyenne Cummings at short, Maddie Swan at third, Marie Troyer in right, Danica Williamson in center, and Malin Sipes is in left field. And we are just about underway. As here's the first pitch of the ball game. In there for a strike. Zielinski steps back on the mound. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing, little dribbler down the third base line, foul ball. And Zielinski is ahead of the count. Oh, no balls and 2 strikes right off the bat. Jordan way up in the batter's box. There's the 0-2 pitch, fouled away down the third base line. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes to the center fielder, Jordan. Here's another 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. As Kimmy Zielinski gets the first out of the ball game on a strikeout. And we have 1 out here in the first inning. Next up, there's a pop-up to shallow left field, and Cheyenne Cummings makes the play. As we have 2 outs here in the first inning very quickly. And that brings up Abby Bender, the third baseman. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Zielinski getting the first 2 outs of this inning very quickly. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. She took a little bit off of that pitch. As Bender comes into this game leading the team with a .545 batting average. She's 12 for 22 with 3 doubles, 2 triples, 19 runs scored. Here's the 1-2 pitch, fouled off down the first base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zielinski trying to put the set the side down in order here in the first. Up high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bender. 2 outs here in the first inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing fouled off down the third base line. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zielinski back on the mound. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Good battle here between Zielinski and Bender. Zielinski with the wind and the pitch in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As the count runs full here to the third batter of the ball game. This is about the 10th pitch of the at-bat as she's fouled off numerous pitches. Here's the payoff pitch. Ball 4 just low. And that will give Mercier's Prep the first base runner of the ball game. Now we'll bring up pitcher Riley Beebe. Beebe batting .483 this year with 10 RBI and 1 home run. Here's the wind and the pitch, swung on and fouled back. Nice cut there by Beebe. That will make the count no balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch, popped up into right field. That ball is going to be not caught by Marie Troyer. Good attempt, and she is going to round second on her way to third. And that will be a triple for Beebe. And as I mentioned in the at the beginning of the game, they have a lot of triples on their team this year. And there's another one just out of the reach of right fielder Marie Troyer. In fact, I think the ball tipped off the tip of her glove, but she couldn't come down with it. Batter's Kara Dugan now, first baseman. Ball low. Zielinski trying to limit the damage here as Mercier's Prep takes a 1-0 lead. And there's a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Dugan. Runner at third, 60 feet away. There's a pop-up, shallow center field. Cummings going out, and she makes the catch over the shoulder. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Cheyenne Cummings is such a good defensive player, and nothing gets by her as she brings in the third out of the inning. And that will take us to the bottom of the first inning with Mercier's Prep 1, Union City coming to bat. And we are now joined by Ben Brozick, who just made his way here from his teaching job. So, Ben, welcome.
How you doing, Doug?
Great. Good to work with you again.
Is this working? Are we good?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yep.
We're good. All right, sounds great.
Yeah.
So I see that Zielinski is continuing what she normally does, changing a lot of speeds, working inside and outside the plate, and getting a lot of players to hit it off the tip of the bat and get some pop-ups like she did there in that last play.
Absolutely. And, even the triple, wasn't – it was well hit, but it wasn't, crushed. She hit it to the opposite field, just a little pop-up over the right fielder. And unfortunately, Marie Troyer couldn't come down with the ball on that one. but, Mercyhurst Prep has scored a lot of runs this year. Holding them to 1 run in the first inning, I think, is a good sign, as their pitcher, Riley Beebe, looks like she's got some stuff on her as she's warming up. She's pretty tall. I don't know how tall she is, but
it looks like her ability to pitch goes along with her name. She's throwing some BBs out there.
Absolutely.
I'm sure I'm not the first one to make that metaphor.
Yep. But both teams come into this game batting right around 360 as a team, so you might see some runs in this game. As I said in the opening, this is kind of a battle for first place, as Mercyhurst Prep is 3-0, Union City's 2-1 in the region. So if Union City can pull off the win here, they might be able to get into a tie for first place after this game.
Well, you can just tell the way BB was warming up, the low strikes and throwing a lot of speed. And if she's able to complement that with an off-speed pitch, this is going to be a long day. However, Union City Bears, they know how to hit.
Absolutely.
They know how to put the ball in play, and they know how to take a pitcher deep into the count. So I feel this is going to be a pretty competitive game.
I believe so. As Kimmy Zielinski steps in for her first at bat. Number 11 versus 11, both pitchers. And that pitch is down low, ball 1.
Yeah, and already you can see that she's going to try to get them to hit those ground balls.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned in the opening, too, Mercyhurst Prep is not a good defensive team, as they've committed a lot of errors this year. And there's a swing and a miss. So that might be something to look for, as most of the runs they've given up have been unearned this year. So if Union City can force them into some errors in this game, it might be a competitive game all the way through. There's a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I always point it out, but Zielinski being a freshman and being able to do what she's doing on the mound and at the plate is very impressive.
Absolutely.
She's going to have a very good high school career moving forward, and Union City Bears are going to have strong pitching for years to come.
Absolutely. BB set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And, speaking of freshmen, Mercyhurst Prep, out of the 12 players on their roster, 7 of them are freshmen for Mercyhurst Prep. So both of these teams have some good futures ahead of them in the next few years.
Well, and that tells you they have a good farm system, going through Little League.
Absolutely. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, as Kimmy Zielinski strikes out for the first out of the game.
And BB is definitely bringing it. She's thrown all fastballs up to this point, and unless you catch up to it, there's really no reason to try an off-speed pitch. Absolutely,
and she's throwing harder than most pitchers they've faced this year, so it's definitely going to be an adjustment here as Olivia Zielinski comes to the bat. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off down the first baseline, and the Union City batters just can't catch up to her fastball right now.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a better chance. They might struggle the first time through the lineup, but I think the second time they get through the lineup, they'll find some adjustments to make, maybe move deeper in the box, maybe just anticipate a little quicker.
Absolutely.
Become a little bit more aggressive. You might strike out a little bit more than that, but in order to come around on this fastball, you're going to have to start your swing a little sooner.
And there's a little pop-up down the first base line, and that's going to fall out of play. And, we don't know. We haven't seen an off-speed pitch yet, so we don't know what kind of change of pace she has so far. Yeah. But, if they can make adjustments to the fastball, and if she doesn't have much of an off-speed pitch, the second time around, like you said, they might be able to get to her a little bit.
Well, and it looks like she's going to wait until they can come around on the fastball before – well, good eye.
Uh-huh.
Before she tries to do the off-speed pitch, I think she's just gonna keep throwing that fastball till they earn it.
Absolutely. Yep. Until they can prove that they can hit her, she's gonna keep with it. As Olivia Zielinski's batting .400 this year, and there's a little ground ball and nice play by the pitcher BB, as she put the ball in play, but couldn't get it past the pitcher. And that is the second out of the first inning, which brings up Cheyenne Cummings, which the first two batters of the top of the first were retired, and then Mercier's Prep scored a run. So let's see if Union City can follow that same pattern here. Little grounder to the first base, right at the first baseman. And that will be a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Union City. And we will go to the second inning with Mercier's Prep leading 1-0. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you by Rosco's Collision, providing computerized estimates along with collision repair and painting, and by Rosco's Vinyl Graphics and Printing Services, offering banners, signage, custom apparel, and promotional items. Located on Waterford Street in Union City. Phone number is 814-438-7238. And support for Union City Bears baseball and softball in the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Streams provided by George Fox Insurance Agency, serving the area since 1975 and home of the Union City's favorite signs. Located on North Main Street in Union City, call 814-438-7606. UC Today Sports thanks George Fox Insurance Agency for their support. All right, we are ready here for the top of the second inning. Mercier's Prep with a 1-0 lead. Here's the first pitch, ball one. And this is number 18, Harper Spence. Spence batting .480 on the season. There's a ground ball to third. Maddie Swan up with it, throw to first. A little bit high, but Capella makes the catch and steps back on the bag for the first out of the inning.
And Maddie Swan is probably the most consistent player on the Union City Bears softball team at this moment. She hits with the most power. She puts the ball in play consistently, and she is just an absolute wall at third base, playing defense with a very strong arm.
Absolutely. And that brings up Lucy Baker, the right fielder. And there's a ground ball to Cummings at short. That eats her up and gets into left field. And I might have jinxed Cheyenne Cummings after saying how good of a defensive player she is as she commits the error. That was a hard hit ball, though.
You know, coaching years in baseball, I've learned don't ever throw a compliment out there because as soon as you do, you jinx the player. So maybe that was our fault.
So, no harm, no foul. Just a runner at first, one out. Brings up the number 8 batter, Catherine Pondo. And there goes the runner for second. Throw to second, and she is safe. Good throw. Just a little bit late to get Baker. Not sure. Here's the pitch.
We believe the count is 1-1. On that stolen base, we weren't quite sure if that was a strike or a ball.
Yeah. The umpire will give us the account eventually. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
So, well, it must have been a ball because we're 1-2.
Well, yeah.
Maybe not.
I think 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Ball low. So Union City has to take advantage of the bottom of this Mercier's Prep order. Pondo's batting just .261. Here's a swing, ground ball to second. Olivia Zielinski over to Capella for the second out of the inning. That'll move the runner to third.
And we really definitely have two different pitchers here today. And Zielinski's more of establish your fastball, spot it into the strike zone, maybe get him to chase it a little bit, and then come with some off speed. And so both ways are incredibly effective. But she's more, I would say, a Greg Maddux type pitcher as opposed to a Randy Johnson at this point in her career. And that could change as she develops.
Absolutely. And here's the pitch to Thomas. It's up high for a ball. Runner at third. But yeah, Zielinski in just under 28 innings coming into today had just 19 strikeouts. There's a ball up high, I think.
Yep.
And so Zielinski's not a big strikeout pitcher. But she
is great at getting the pop-ups.
Yeah, but she is effective. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Abby Capella at first will make the catch. And that will end the top of the second inning as Union City holds Mercyhurst Prep off the scoreboard. No runs, no hits, one error, and one runner left on base. So we move to the bottom of the second inning. And Mercyhurst Prep up 1-0. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you by Terri's Tax and Notary. Starting a new business or need help managing the one you have? Terri's Tax and Notary has you covered. With over 40 years of experience, they handle income tax preparation to payroll, bookkeeping, and business setup. Kelly Design can help get your business online fast. UC Today Sports thanks Terri's Tax and Notary for their support. And coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is made possible by Rancho Alegre Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Serving authentic Mexican cuisine, Rancho Alegre is open Tuesday through Sunday. Located at 16328 State Highway 8 in Union City. More information at ranchoalegrepa.com or by calling 814-438-6043. UC Today Sports thanks Rancho Alegre Authentic Mexican Restaurant for their support. And Ben, I found out before the game when I went down to get the lineups from both teams, I noticed that Shay Kent wasn't in uniform. So I asked our coach about it, and she said that Kent was involved in a car accident last night. She is okay, but she's not able to play today. So,
well, I'm glad to hear that she's okay, and our thoughts and prayers go out to her.
Absolutely. So, and she was in good spirits. She was down there joking around with Cheyenne and everything before the game. So
she was able to make it to the game.
Yeah,
okay. That's always.
Yeah, so she looks good. There's a foul ball, probably just keeping her out for precautionary measures, and hopefully she'll be back out on the field very soon.
Now, if there's anybody that could come around on this fastball, it's Madison Swan. And if you notice, she just swung hard, and she was a little late. But I think as she gets through the lineup, we're going to notice that her timing gets a little bit
Absolutely. More There's the 1-1 pitch. They're fouled off.
Now, she was right on that. When you foul the ball straight back like that, typically, as I've been told and through my experience, you miss it by very, very little.
Absolutely.
So if she connects this, she's put several towards the fence in the last couple games that I've been here. And with the kind of speed coming from this pitch, believe it or not, if you get a hold of it, it's actually easier to hit a home run.
Absolutely. That pitch is up high, but yeah, with Maddie's
great discipline.
With Maddie's power and the speed of these pitches, if she gets a hold of it, it's going to go a long ways.
Yeah, she was hitting some foul balls down the third base line the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. I felt like it was unsafe for the third base coach.
There's a 2-2 pitch up high, ball 3.
Yeah, she definitely wanted her to chase that. She doesn't want to challenge her right now.
And even if she doesn't get fully ahead of the pitch, she has the power to hit it out to right field too. You know what I mean? If she can just get it into fair territory.
Her mechanics are so sound she can put it out anywhere in the park.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off down the first base line, and watch out for those fans. Yeah, she is definitely not one you want to get hit by a foul ball by.
Well, it was third base the other day. Now it's down first. And this all comes down to how you've been coached and how you feel comfortable. But it wouldn't surprise me if you see some of these batters move back in the box just a little bit.
Absolutely.
To get that extra fraction of a second.
Yep.
Because typically with these throws, you have like about half a second to under half a second to make a reaction. It's not much time.
There's a ball looped into left field. That's going to drop in fair. Rounding first, and she's going to hold on there. And there, the ball's overthrown, but backed up by the first baseman. And that one, Maddie Swan gets Union City's first base hit of the game.
Yeah, and it looked like, I'm not sure if that was an off-speed pitch, but it looked like she tried to come around early and get it off the tip of the bat. But she's so strong.
Absolutely.
She was able to muscle it right out there.
Yep. And that will bring up Abby Capella, who is having a phenomenal season at the plate this year, as she leads the team with a .517 batting average. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike one. She was right on that, though. Just swung over top of it.
Yeah, the coaches for Union City have coached them well. They look like carbon copies of their mechanics. If you could block out who they were and just look at the silhouette of their swing, they all have a very good fundamental swing.
And showing bunt, pulls back, and I believe there was a ball, called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, BB getting set. Third baseman playing in, and that ball's fouled off to the right side. Strike 2. Abby Capella trying to at least move Maddie Swan into scoring position with no outs here. The pitch, ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're definitely making BB work in this game.
Yeah, she's not going to want to waste the pitch by trying to paint the corners. She's going to want to challenge her on this. There's just too much that can happen on a full count. So let's see what happens.
The 2-2 pitch, fouled off again.
Yeah, and this is the one thing Union City's able to do. They're able to go deep in the count, foul off a lot of pitches, which later in the game really helps out.
Absolutely. And it's a good thing that softball doesn't have a pitch count like baseball does, or neither one of these pitchers would make it to the end. There's been a lot of foul balls in this game. Both pitchers have thrown a lot of pitches. As here's the 2-2 pitch. Ball low. Oh, did he call that a strike?
Yeah.
Oh, strike 3 called.
I have to respectfully disagree, but
Where's the ABS challenge on that one for like they have in the major leagues? That ball looked a little bit low to me.
Yeah, but when there's 2 strikes, you got to protect the plate.
Absolutely.
It's close.
Yep, absolutely. At least foul it off.
And don't think for 1 minute that the personality of the pitcher on the mound, the confidence that she's thrown with, that absolutely gets you calls sometimes.
Absolutely. As Malin Sipes shows bunt, takes a ball up high. And if she can get a good bunt down, she's got the speed. She can get a base hit out of this. She might be bunting for a sacrifice, but she may be able to get on with a bunt hit. There's a bunt laid down perfectly, grabbed on the foul line, and she is safe. Pulled the runner off, or pulled the first baseman off the bag. As I think if they would have let it go, it might have trickled foul, but the catcher picked it up right on the foul line.
Well, and what made it hard is that was the perfect bunt because she had to throw over the runner's head. She didn't have time to step out.
Absolutely, and the way she was, it was a legal run. Malin Sipes was in the running lane. She wasn't running right down the line, but the catcher had to throw it from foul territory, so she was kind of blocked out from the throwing lane. And it was a nice play by that first baseman to make the catch and prevent it from going into right field. But that puts runners at first and second, and we're going to have a pinch runner. That is number 6. Oh, Josie McQueen is going to pinch run for Maddie Swan. And that brings up Marie Troyer. I'm going to give Sipes a bunt hit on that one because that was a tough play, and it was a close play at first anyway. And Troyer has 1 home run this year. Runners at first and second. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Got McQueen at second, Sipes at first.
The infield fly rule will be in effect if they get a pop-up here that stays in the dirt.
I did a lot of their basketball games in the winter, and there's a foul ball, and this is their JV team right here with McQueen, Sipes, and Troyer. Although Sipes did play varsity, but have a lot of basketball players on this team from their girls basketball team, so it's nice to see them playing multiple sports here. And here's the pitch, fouled off, and that ball will get out of play over the dugout.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Union City's batting against the speed that they're seeing from BB.
Absolutely.
You can tell her demeanor, her persona out there on the mound is changing just a little bit. And you can tell she's starting to think. And when you're thinking and not feeling as a pitcher, like obviously you want to think, what pitch am I going to do? Mm-hmm. How did I get him out before? But really when you start that windup, you want it to be all feel.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, foul. Oh, no, strike 3.
Yep.
Thought she fouled it. I don't know. She might have foul-tipped it, but yeah.
Held on.
But that will be 2 outs, as that is BB's 3rd strikeout of the game. As we said earlier, BB's more the strikeout pitcher than Zielinski is. They get out different ways. But BB came into this game with 47 strikeouts in just 27 innings. So
she knows how to throw.
Yeah.
Sure.
And there's a ground ball right at the first baseman, and she's going to recover and make the
that was a great recovery
out at first. And that was Ellie Chapman who hit that.
Yeah, great job, BB. She was in a real pickle there, and she was able to work her way out of it.
Absolutely. And, both of these teams came into today's game more of offensive teams than anything, but here we are 1-0 after 2 innings, so it's been more of a pitcher's duel so far. But
my favorite kind of baseball.
Absolutely. And Mercyhurst Prep will have the top of their lineup coming up here in the top of the 3rd inning, as Zielinski gave up 1 run in the first inning to this part of the lineup. And let me read a couple more sponsor reads here between innings. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is made possible by Brown's Fitness Center with 24/7 access. Owner Seth Brown is an NASM certified personal trainer located at 1 South Main Street in Union City. Call 814-795-7743 for more information. UC Today Sports thanks Brown's Fitness for their support. Support for Union City play-by-play coverage on the UC Today Sports Stream is provided in part by the Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, wishing the Bears the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial services for you or your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street, Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at corryfcu.org. UC Today Sports thanks to Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, for their support of Union City Bears play-by-play. And we have Jocelyn Jordan taking their play in. There's a bunt, perfect bunt. That's going to be a tough play for Zielinski, and she didn't have a shot at that one. That was placed perfectly between the pitcher and the catcher.
Yeah, that was the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, both players had too far to go to get to that one to get an out. As Jordan gets on to lead off the first inning. And watch for her stealing. They have a lot of speed on this team. And there she goes. Here's the throw to second. Not even close.
She double pumped on her throw. I'm not sure if she felt the ball was in her hand well. The fact that it went high tells me that she didn't have a perfect grip on it. And if she could have released it when she wanted to, she might have had a chance.
Right. But Mercier's Prep just has too much speed. As there's a bunt down the third baseline. Swan with it, throw to first, and she got her. Nice play by Maddie Swan, throw to third, and she gets back. But nice play by Swan.
That's Swan's consistency.
As she barehanded that ball. The sacrifice goes 5-3, and that will put a runner at third base as they have a meeting at the mound to discuss how to leave that runner at third base.
And which batter in the lineup is this?
And we're at the number 3 batter,
okay, so we're
Bender.
the meat of the order.
Yep, she walked her first time up, and then BB is on deck, who got the RBI triple.
Okay. And part of the problem in this situation when you're at third is there's so many more ways to score from third than from second. And if you pull that third baseman in and she comes around and hits a hard enough hit, it's almost a guaranteed single at least.
Yep.
So you got to be real careful here. It's to their benefit that they have that runner at third. That was a huge bunt.
Yep. Here's the first pitch. Swung on. Nice play by Zielinski. Throw back to third, and she's safe. That was a tough decision. She,
Well, though, when you're on the mound, you don't have time to think. If you're going to throw it, throw it.
Right.
And she did. She could have held the runner and went to first.
That's the thing. She had enough time. Now, if she'd have thrown it to first, they might have tried to score on the throw, but
yeah,
it was a close play at third base, though. But
one thing you want to do though is just make sure you trust your instincts. If you're going to make the play, make it.
Yep. Bender's back on first on the fielder's choice, and that ball gets by the catcher, and she's going to score and throw to third, and they're going to get the runner who started at first base. So wild pitch scores the second run of the game, but they do get an out.
Well, but what that does is it stops the bleeding.
Yep. That clears the bases.
In a lot of games, I don't know if the stats are still true, but back in the day, the majority of games won. You scored enough runs in one inning to win the ball game. It was a big inning. And if they can stop the big innings, they're going to keep themselves in this game.
Absolutely. And here's the 1-0 pitch to BB. Up high a little bit. 2 balls, no strikes.
Nice off-speed pitch trying to get her to chase
it. It was. It didn't miss by much either.
She really knows how to work the count, work the batter.
Yep. There's a ball right off the end of the bat and line drive right back to Zielinski. And she makes the play. She closed her eyes and put her glove out. She found the ball. But Mercier's Prep scores 1 in that inning on 1 hit. And after 2.5 innings of play, we have Mercier's Prep 2, Union City 0. Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided by Hitchy's Townhouse Tavern. Now open 21 North Main Street in Union City, serving food and daily specials for dine-in or takeout. UC Today Sports thanks Hitchy's Townhouse Tavern for their support. And support for Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided by Dai Salon. Located at 28 South Main Street in Union City, Dai Salon specializes in haircutting with color and highlighting along with perms, texture services, and updos. They offer manicures, pedicures, and waxing services. For information, call 814-738-6225. And coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the UC Today Sports Stream is brought to you by Capella Landscape Design, providing custom landscape design and installation for over 27 years, including lawn maintenance, patios, walkways, fire pits, retaining walls, and more. Fully insured and offering year-round services. More information at capellalandscape.com or by calling 814-438-3066. You see today's sports. Thanks Capella Landscape Design for being a major sponsor of Union City Bears play-by-play. And let's see, Union City has 9-1-2 coming up here in the third inning. So let's see, once we get to the top of the order, if they can make some adjustments and start having more success. As Danica Williamson leads off, and she fouls that ball off.
And she has a very good swing. Her head barely moves when she swings, and it's been very impressive that she's able to put the ball in play very consistently.
Yeah, and you know, as hard as BB's throwing, there haven't been a lot of swings and misses. They've fouled off almost everything that she's thrown at them. And there's a attempted bunt. And
she regrets that.
Yep. If she'd have gotten it down, it might have been a base hit, but because it would have definitely gone on the ground. But that was definitely a ball if she had let it go.
Yeah, and that's part of the ball coming in so fast. It's hard to have that reaction. But when you have to have the tip of the bat lower than the hands, it's really hard to lay down that ball.
Absolutely. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Yep.
Yep.
She went enough.
Yep.
She went enough.
And that's the fourth strikeout of the game for BB. And we are back to the top of the order with Kimmy Zielinski. See if she can help herself out here by getting on base. She struck out her first time up in this game.
I'm optimistic that Union City is going to be able to hit the ball in fair territory a little bit better as this game goes on. But there's no guarantee in that, right?
Absolutely.
And getting ahead in the count is the most important thing. If they can jump on the first strike and not get deep in the count where they have to protect the plate and start guessing and possibly chase that fastball out of the strike zone, that's going to put them in a lot better situation. So if I was coaching right now, I'd be saying be aggressive and go after that first pitch. However,
absolutely.
That being said, I'm a baseball guy, not a softball guy, so I say that with some reservation. That might not be the best strategy.
Yeah, but especially with Union City's speed too, you get the ball on the ground, you're going to have a good chance of getting on base. You know what I mean? Either by beating out the play or forcing the defense into an error. So
I'm just so impressed with their eye. There's been very few pitches they've chased out of the strike zone.
Yep. 1 ball, no strikes on Zielinski. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled back. And we haven't seen really much from BB other than the hard stuff so far. So, like we said, if they can get around on some of these fastballs, you know, they can have some success. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. She was right on that, just a tad late. No balls, or 1 ball, 2 strikes on Zielinski.
Well, and I don't see BB tiring. It almost looks like she's getting into her groove even more.
Absolutely. And there's a foul ball. Good job by Zielinski to get a piece of that one. And BB's been their most, has pitched the most innings this year for the team, so she's definitely used to being out there for long stretches. So Zielinski's or BB's back to Zielinski. Ball low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Like you said, a lot of these pitches that they're taking are not that far out of the strike zone, but they definitely do have a good eye.
They've definitely been trained well.
Yep.
And, you know, this is probably the most perfect weather we've had so far.
Up high, ball 3.
And you know, we're about 70 degrees, sunny, but not too hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is like the perfect weather to be a pitcher because you're not going to tighten up nearly as quickly.
Absolutely.
The last few games we've had in the cold, even though it was sunny, you saw some of the pitchers, maybe not Union City's pitchers, but the other pitchers, and they started getting quite fatigued early on in the game.
And there's a ground ball. That's going to be a base hit. Not in time.
That's what I was hoping to see it come through the second time around.
Yep. I just realized for some reason my scoreboard app isn't working, so I apologize, people, for that. Don't know what's going on with that, so.
Well, you want me to take over while you take a peek? Or
Nah, that's all right. And that'll bring up Olivia Zielinski.
I don't know about you, but I love baseball, and I love in softball, and I love when I see families playing on the same team.
Yep, there's a bunt. Grabbed by the first baseman, throw, and she's out.
Great bunt.
So that will move Kimmy Zielinski to second on the sacrifice. Sacrifice will go 3-4. And that'll bring up Cheyenne Cummings, who grounded out to first in the first inning. In the first inning.
Ideally, she's going to want to hit the ball to the right side of the field. Now, obviously, that has a lot to do with where the pitcher places the ball. But if I was the pitcher right now, I'd try to pitch the ball on the inside part of the plate, hopefully get a ground ball to the third base short stop side.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can hold the runner at second.
Absolutely. Ball 1 to Cummings. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball way up high. And runner's going to advance to third on the wild pitch.
And we have not seen many of those from her today.
Nope.
So that's definitely going to be a benefit. There's a lot more ways to score from third.
Yep. 2-0 on Cummings. Down 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning.
If she's able to poke it to the outfield, that'll be her best bet, or something hard up the middle as long as it doesn't go to the pitcher.
And there's a ground ball to short. Fielded, throw to first, and she's out. Nice stretch there by the first baseman as Cummings is retired.
That was a really good play by the shortstop. That was the right idea with the batter.
That was. And after 3 innings of play, that will.
That wasn't one.
Yeah. And after 3, it's 2-0. Union City trails Mercyhurst Prep. And if you want to read some of the ads, I'm gonna try to fix the scoreboard here.
Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball in Union City today. Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you by C.S. Warthman Funeral Home, serving the community for over 100 years. City Pet Hospital, located at 2 South Main Street in Union City. More information at unioncityveterinarian.com or by calling 814-438-7876. Union City Today Sports thanks Union City Pet Hospital for their support. And the next batter up is Karen Dugan. And she takes the first pitch for a ball. Ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 count. Ball hit up the middle past the second baseman towards center field. And the ball is thrown in quickly to keep it at a single. Number 18 coming to the plate, Harper Spence. And being up 2-0, I think they're going to be playing it a little safe, but it wouldn't surprise me if you try a stolen base here by Mercyhurst Prep. Because if they're able to get a couple more runs, it's going to be difficult for Union City to come back. And there's the steal and the out. What a great throw by the catcher. I saw nothing but teeth behind that catcher's mask as that smile went from ear to ear. And that was a beautiful throw. She has a right to be happy with that throw. It was also a beautiful pitch on a steal. It was a good strike. She was able to catch it cleanly, didn't have to reach for it, and was able to pop up and get a good snap on that throw. And that might be the difference in the game if Union City is able to come back and win this. Beautiful pitch for strike one. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, strike one. Count is 1-1. Zelensky with the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off down first base. First base is just misses catching that pop-up. Once again, she's consistently getting the opposing team to hit it off the end of the bat.
All right, I'm back. I can't figure out the scoreboard for right now, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we got 2-0. Mercyhurst Prep with the lead. And there's a pop-up. And it's caught by Chapman right behind the plate. Is that the second out? Did the first batter make an out?
Yep, that's the second out. Well, the first batter got caught stealing.
Oh, that's right.
Terrific throw.
Yeah, that's right.
I just am so amazed with Zelensky's ability to get the pop-ups. That kind of pitching can really, everybody's all about speed. You need to just throw hard enough that your changeup affects the batter.
Absolutely. Nice pitch there.
And I love it because she throws it high. It's like sneaky fast. Now they're chasing it because it's not breaking like the other pitches are. So that kind of pitching can really go up to the next level in college. And being able to do that as a freshman, if she puts on just another 5 to 10 miles on her fastball, oh, what a beautiful breaking ball.
Nice pitch, strike two.
She's going to have a long, long career.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she's a good pitcher.
What's impressive is usually when the righty goes against the lefty, it changes a little bit, but her breaking ball is just as effective.
Mm-hmm. Here's the pitch, up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Mercyhurst Prep leading 2-0. Here's the pitch. Ball low and outside.
I really like Lucy Baker's stance. When you notice a ball player hunched over a little bit, what that does is it creates an angle of the bat that gets the ball up in the air, gets a little bit more line drives and a little bit more loft.
Yep, and there's speaking of loft, a pop-up down the left field line.
She caught it, and the reaction, yep.
We lost sight of the ball from where our angle is.
Out. The umpire said
I believe it was the left fielder that made that catch.
Yes, it was.
But Malin Sipes with the nice running catch in the foul territory there, as I could see Sipes and Cummings going after it. It looked like Sipes was getting close to it as I could lost sight of it, and and yes, nice play there to end the inning. And we will go to the bottom of the 4th inning as Union City trails 2-0.
Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball and Union City Today's sports stream is provided by Ron Jones Hardwood Sales, based on Union City, supplying premium hardwood lumber to customers worldwide. Located at 2 East High Street. For information, call 814-438-7622 or visit ronjoneshardware.com. Union City Today Sports thanks Ron Jones Hardware Sales for their support. Coverage of this game on Union City Today Sports is brought to you by Countryside Grill, located at 10 South Main in Union City. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 8 and Saturdays from 8 to 2. Countryside Grill serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including homemade pies and soups, along with popular specials including Friday fish fry, fried or baked, fried chicken, steaks, shrimp, scampi, barbecue, baby back ribs, and meatloaf dinners. And I just have to go back and talk about Lucy Baker. For anybody at home wondering about what the proper stance is, there's probably a couple different philosophies that work well. But if your ball player at home is having a hard time getting the line drives or fly balls, hunching over just a little bit, not changing the bottom half of your body and how you swing, can really help lift that ball up into the air.
And there's a shot to deep center field, way back off the base of the wall. Maddie Swan's going to have to hold for a single as she hit the ball too hard to get into second base. That was a nice play by that center fielder to Jocelyn Jordan to get that ball back in. But Maddie Swan didn't miss a home run by too much there.
Not by much at all. And you know, you have a tendency to push whenever you get as many hits as she had near the fence without going over. Players have a tendency to push a little harder. But she's comfortable and confident in her swing that she's not really doing that. She's staying consistent.
Yep. And that brings up Abby Capella. And that pitch is up high, ball one.
Now, after a big hit like that, after you've been dominant, you have a tendency to overstride and put a little extra on your fastball. And so I think that's why that pitch went high. If she has a changeup that's effective, we're probably going to see it this inning.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up down the right field line. That's going to go out of play. Ball one, or strike one, 1-1 on the batter. You know, it probably won't come into play, but like especially right now with Swan on first base, they already pinch ran for her last inning, or last time she was on base. And that's a pitch in the dirt. That's going to get her down to second base. But, you know, you're only allowed one re-entry in softball as a starter, so she can't be pinch run for again and still remain in the game. So, you know, we'll see if that comes into play at some point later on. But
well, now that she's at second base, you know, and she's a smart enough runner.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't affect what's going on here in her ability to score. And she definitely has quick feet. She might not have that great straight ahead speed that some of the other players have, but she definitely has quick feet and makes good decisions.
And that ball's down low, ball three. And this is Union City's best opportunity right here.
3-1 count.
3-1 count. Runner at second, nobody out. The heart of their order up.
And you're looking for your pitch on a 3-1 count with a runner on second. You only want to go after your pitch in this situation.
Absolutely. Capella's been their best hitter all season. And here's the pitch. Strike.
Yeah, that was a little outside. She must have been looking for the inside pitch.
Yep.
And that was a great frame job by the catcher.
Yep. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch in this game here, bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody out here as Union City tries to crack the scoreboard for the first time, and that ball's fouled straight back out of play.
Yeah, right now BB's just going to try to throw it right down the middle and challenge her. A mano. She's taking a minute walking around, making sure that she has the energy to do what she needs to do.
The outfield playing pretty much straight away, so there's a lot of room in both gaps, in right center and left center too. And there's another foul ball down the first base line, out of play, as that one reached the street. Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for the pitcher too, having these batters foul off so many 2-strike pitches too. You know, not able to put them away.
Well, it can be, and really it comes down to a mental game. Who's going to mentally give up first in these types of situations?
And here's the 3-2 pitch, strike 3, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that pitch might have been a little bit low.
Close enough to swing.
Yeah, don't know.
Was she the one who had the low pitch called strike before?
It might have been.
So she might have had that in her head that she has to chase.
Yep. That'll bring up Malin Sipes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. On a windy day here in Union City. And Sipes takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike.
Being the 4th inning, if they can get this run home, that's going to be huge. If they can't, there's going to be some emotional letdown that they're going to have to fight.
Absolutely. That would be a big momentum boost for Mercyhurst Prep if they can get out of this without a run. There's a ground ball to second. It's bobbled, and she recovers and throws to first. Good recovery there by the second baseman, Allison Kaczynski.
Yeah, if you're going to bobble the ball, that's the best way for it to happen. It just went straight up and landed right back into her glove.
Yep, and that was, being at second base, you can afford a little bit of a bobble like that. That's why I was always a second baseman growing up and everything, and that was the one nice thing I liked about it, because you didn't have to field everything cleanly, just still getting out.
Yeah, that's true.
And here's Troyer up. Oh, pitch a little bit up high, but good cut at it as she fouls it straight back. Union City trying to crack the scoreboard for the first time as they have a runner at third base in Maddie Swan. Marie Troyer trying to get her home. There's a swing and a miss, strike two.
Well, if Troyer can keep this count going and foul off pitches with a runner on third, obviously you increase your chance for a wild pitch. And at this point in the game, having a hard time manufacturing runs, that's not a bad strategy.
Yep.
It might not be what she's thinking, but I know that they're just trying to foul balls off, stay alive until they get a pitch that they want.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, fouled back, straight back. She is right on it.
Yeah, she hit that right in front of the plate. That was almost a perfect swing. It was just a very high pitch.
Yep. Union City trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Marie Troyer trying to cash in Maddie Swan at third base. There's a line drive, one hopper bobbled by the shortstop, throw to first, and it gets by the first baseman, and that will score the run. As Troyer had some indecision about whether to go for second. I think good decision after she hesitated to stay there.
Yep, if you hesitate, chances are you shouldn't be running.
And that will bring in the first run of the game for Union City as they cut the lead in half to 2-1. As Troyer takes first and Ellie Chapman the batter. And as I said earlier, the defense has been in trouble for the Lakers this year, and the first run of the game scores on an error by the shortstop.
Well, and that's what happens when you put the ball in play. It's a lot better than strikeouts.
Absolutely. As Chapman trying to get something here to keep the inning going.
And we have a little bit more speed on the base paths, so it's very possible that she ends up at third base just with her speed alone if there's a bad pitch somewhere.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, ground ball to first, and that's going to be foul outside the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strikes on Chapman. And what this does too is, this Chapman's the number 8 hitter, so that gets the top of the order up definitely next inning. So, you're better chance of adding on to their run total if they can hold Mercyhurst Prep.
I want you to notice Chapman's hands.
There's a foul ball.
Do you notice how her fingers are open before the pitch comes, and just as she's ready to swing, she closes her grip and swings? That's really smart for those at home. If you can keep your hands and your body as loose as you can, you start your swing quicker. You want to think quick, not strong. Strong slows your swing down. And one strategy that people use to do that is to leave their hands wide open so their muscles aren't choking the bat too hard.
Absolutely.
And then she comes with a nice explosive swing.
Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will end the inning. But Union City gets 1 run back. And after 4 innings of play, Union City trails 2-1.
Support for Union City play-by-play coverage of Union City Today Sports Stream is provided in part by the Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, wishing the Bears the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street, Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at corryfcu.org. Union City Today Sports thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, for their support of Union City Bears play-by-play. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball on the Union City Today sports stream is brought to you by Capella Landscape Design, providing custom landscape design and installation for over 27 years, including lawn maintenance, patios, walkways, fire pits, retaining walls, and more. Fully insured and offering year-round services. More information at capellalandscape.com or by calling 814-438-3066. Union City Today Sports thanks Capella Landscape Design for being a major sponsor of Union City Bears play-by-play coverage.
Hey, Ben, they're still trailing, but you could see that getting that run in that last inning kind of energized the team. You could see them as they got back onto the field. There's a little bit bigger pep in their step, and they feel that they're right with Mercier's Prep. And there's a foul ball straight back by Pondo.
Well, I've never seen anybody able to qualify momentum or measure it, but momentum in sports is everything.
Mm-hmm.
It create your mental energy that you play with really makes a difference when you're out there on the field. That
Absolutely.
one looked like it was an off-speed pitch that got carried away.
Yep, a little bit up high. But yeah, neither one of these teams have played a lot of too many. That ball is low. Neither one of these teams have played too many close games, but Mercier's Prep has only played 3 games that didn't go the distance. And there's a ground ball to Cheyenne Cummings, throw to first, and 1 out. But
she is tall and lanky, yet incredibly quick.
Absolutely.
And agile. Typically, you don't see it in that kind of shortstop.
Yep. She's got good hands. She's got good reflexes.
Almost an Alex Rodriguez feel,
Yep. And she fields those ground balls so smoothly, too. It's just like one motion. She reaches down, transfers it, and throws it to first. And there's the number 9 hitter, Thomas. Ball low.
I like Thomas's stance. She has a nice wide stance, and you can tell she's just trying to put the ball into play. It's not necessarily a stance that's going to have a lot of power, but it's definitely going to increase the chance for contact.
And there's a pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, if they can get through this inning without giving up any more runs, and then they'll have 9, 1, and 2 coming up in the bottom of the 5th. I like their chances. And there's a ground ball to short. Cummings backhand throw to first, and she got her.
Smooth as silk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smooth as silk.
Cheyenne Cummings with 2 assists on the first 2 batters.
Wow.
And she's got a strong arm too. A lot of times you hit the ball in the hole. But Cheyenne Cummings is center field.
Center field?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Yeah. Yep. But so Cummings, a lot of times you hit a ball in the hole with shortstop and you're going to get a base hit out of it. But with her arm, she can gun down anybody. And there's a ground ball to Maddie Swan. 1, 2, 3. And that is the perfect way to answer scoring a run in the last inning to set them down 1, 2, 3 in the next inning.
Almost the perfect inning. The ideal inning for a pitcher are 3 pitches, 3 outs. But we didn't quite get that, but it was awfully close.
Absolutely.
Support for Union City Bears sports coverage comes from King Service Center. King Service Center is located at 25167 Weed Road. They offer tires, oil changes, state safety inspections, and more. Phone number 814-694-3472. Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball and Union City Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided by Goldstar Chinese Restaurant, offering dine-in and take-out at 31 North Main Street in Union City. More information at goldstarchinesefood.com or by calling 814-438-2688. Union City Today Sports thanks Goldstar Chinese Restaurant for their support. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball in Union City today. Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you by Tops Friendly Markets of Union City, located at 19 East High Street in Union City. More information at topsmarket.com or 814-438-7614. Union City Today Sports thanks Tops Friendly Markets of Union City for their support. I think we're ready for the throwdown.
Yep. And we're entering the bottom of the 5th inning. Mercier's Prep 2-1 with the lead. Looking on paper, Mercier's Prep looked like they had the big advantage, being 7-1 compared to 6-4 Union City. And Mercier's Prep won their last game 24-11. And but Union City has hung in there today. And like I said, they have 9-1-2 coming up. So they have Williamson, Zielinski, and Zielinski. Sounds like a law firm.
Yes, it does.
Pitch down low, ball 1 to Danica Williamson.
Well, if Danica can find a way to get on base with the top of the order coming, they have a really good chance of trying to tie it this inning.
Absolutely.
I feel like the batters for Union City have definitely gotten their timing down a little bit better. Not to say that it's still not a challenge, but I think that they are definitely where they need to be.
That pitched inside, ball 2. And, to your point, Kimmy Zielinski got a base hit last time. Cheyenne Cummings is 0 for 2, but she's hit the ball hard both times up so far today. So, yeah, this is a big batter here for both teams. It's a 2-0 pitch. Ground ball down the third base line. Nice play by the third baseman. Throw to first, and she's safe. Infield hit for Danica Williamson.
That was a
nice
close call.
Yep, nice play on both ends for for Mercier's Prep, but Danica Williamson just too much speed to beat that one out.
Hustle will win you games every time.
Absolutely, and the third baseman kind of stumbled when she caught the ball, and that cost her. Yeah. Kimmy Zielinski takes the batter's box.
Yeah, it looked like the hop right before it got to her kind of ate her up and made her have to adjust.
There's a bunt, and it hit her hopefully in the batter's box. Yes, they called a foul ball. Yeah, that was close to her being out.
Yes, it was.
As she was on her way to first base as she got hit by the batted ball, but.
Well, that's the hard part when you're really good at bunting and you can get the ball to die almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure that you don't get hit by it.
Absolutely. So just a harmless strike. And that ball is going to get past the catcher, and Williamson gets down to second base on the wild pitch, so they don't even have to give up an out to get the runner in scoring position. They still may be bunting here to get her to third base.
I think that would be a smart strategy to try to still put it in play here.
And with Kimmy's speed, she could beat it out too. The third baseman's not playing too far in either, so she can get it a little bit down the third baseline. That's going to be a bunt hit. Swinging away, swinging a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kimmy Zielinski.
So in this swing, obviously it matters where the pitcher throws it, but if she can get it to go to the right side of the field, that's going to be as good as a bunt.
Absolutely. Here's the pitch, fouled away, back over the backstop. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Union City with the tying run at second base in Danica Williamson, who just beat out an infield single to third base. Kimmy Zielinski trying to move her to third as Williamson moved to second on a wild pitch. Nice off-speed pitch there.
That was the first off-speed pitch I've seen all night.
Yep.
And she saved it for the most important at bat.
Yep.
She
froze Zielinski. And,
and I don't blame Zielinski for being frozen there. If you haven't seen it the whole game, and it went right down the middle, but it was definitely coming at her hips.
Absolutely. But
smart pitching.
Yep.
Smart pitching.
And now it's up to Olivia Zielinski. See if she can move the runner along or get her in. Pitch low, ball 1.
I'm really impressed with the intelligence that both of these pitchers throw with.
Yep.
They're not just rearing back and hurling it. They're not throwers. They're pitchers.
Mm-hmm. With the third baseman playing in, Danica might be able to steal third base because she has to ball 2 because the third baseman after the pitch has to sprint backwards to third base. And if Williamson could get a good jump, she might be able to steal third here.
Yeah, what you got to be careful, though, is you don't run yourself out of the inning.
Right.
Being that it's so hard to manufacture runs, I think that they're probably going to be patient with that.
Ball 3-0 on Zielinski. As Olivia Zielinski tries to get on base, Cheyenne Cummings on deck.
I'm pretty sure Zielinski's going to get the hold sign on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And who's up after Zielinski?
Cheyenne Cummings. Got Cummings and Swan.
Two best hitters in the lineup.
Absolutely. Oh, right across the letters. That was a good pitch. It was a strike, but not by much.
All right, Zielinski's probably going to look for one side of the plate or the other for this. Probably not going to swing at just anything.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Little looper into right field. That's going to drop in. Williamson had to hold up to make sure it dropped in, and she will be held at third. But that puts runners on the corners.
Smart move by her. You didn't want to double play that got her out of the inning. It's just unfortunate because she has the speed that she could have scored easily.
Absolutely.
If it was more decisive of a hit.
But with Cheyenne Cummings up, as long as she doesn't hit a line drive to somebody, as long as she puts the ball in play, she's going to score the run. Unless it's hit right to the third baseman.
Sure.
Because any ground ball, Cummings is too fast to get doubled up. She's not going to get hit into a double play. So
yeah, I would definitely try to hit the ball on the ground somewhere.
So as long as she can get the ball in play, they got a good shot. And there's a pop up down the right field line, first base line, and that's going to go foul out of play.
And I can tell by her reaction that she felt she was right on that, and she's probably beating herself up a little bit that she didn't give it a full swing.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was kind of a check swing there.
But I think that if she can hit this fastball before the curveball comes, I think she's going to be in a good place.
Tying run, 60 feet away. That pitch is up high, and there's the runner takes off. Olivia Zielinski gets the stolen base.
And that was definitely a curveball.
Yep.
She was able to lay off of it.
And that puts 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit will most likely give Union City the lead. Here's the pitch. Ball 2.
Oh, this is getting exciting, folks.
I believe that 2-1. Is that the count?
Yep, 2-1.
Yeah.
Runners on second and third. Union City's down 2-1 in the fifth, bottom of the fifth.
Big moment in this ball game. As Union City tries to get a tie for first place in the region. There's a ball right off the end of the bat as Cummings was a little bit too quick on that swing.
2-2 strike. It wouldn't surprise me if she throws an off-speed pitch here. But you're always looking fastball and you react to the curve.
Yep.
The problem is that she hasn't seen much of the curve yet, except for one pitch. And I don't think it had that much curve to it, to be quite honest with you. So we're going to see what she locks in on here.
Yep. Cummings is a good enough hitter, though, that she'll be able to adjust to anything she's not looking for. Ball low and outside.
Great eye.
Good take there by Cheyenne Cummings. As a little sigh of relief, I think, from her as the ball was called a ball.
Well, from our angle, it could look like a strike or a ball, but the umpire's been very consistent today, so I feel like he probably got that one right.
The payoff pitch, ground ball to third. That eats her up, and that's going to get everybody safe. Well, doesn't get the run in, but it loads the bases.
You know, this is one of those situations where I think Miss Swan is going to have a really good chance at taking 1 yard if she ever has a chance to.
Absolutely. I mean,
this is power versus power.
Yep. She leads the team with 2 home runs this year. And, they have their 2 best hitters coming to the plate right now in Swan and Capella with the bases loaded, down by a run. you couldn't have written a better script than this. And
Now, if I was on the mound right now, it's probably not the best idea, but because they've been through the lineup and she got something on the last fastball, you might want to lead with an off-speed pitch here.
yeah, and Maddie hit one off the center field wall, her last at bat. And here's the pitch, bases loaded, popped up down the first base line and out of play.
She led with the fastball.
Yeah, and even as well as Zielinski has pitched for Union City, I want them to get a big inning here to get some cushion because Mercyhurst Prep is a good hitting team as well, and I'd like to see him bust out with 3 or 4 runs this inning.
Well, like I said earlier, statistically, a big inning is usually what wins it.
There's the pitch.
She is regretting not swinging at that.
No balls, 2 strikes on Swan. As she is 2 for 2 in this game. Singled to left in the second. Singled off the wall in center.
No, BB,
her last time
she's
up.
Probably going to get her to try to chase one.
Ground ball, base hit into left field. 1 run's in. Second run, and they're going to hold her up. They're going to hold Zielinski at third, but that ties the game as Maddie Swan gets her 3rd hit of the game.
That was a great throw for number 10, Catherine Pondo.
Yeah, and with 1 out, you don't want to take a chance here. You still have the heart of your lineup up as Abby Capella comes up. Got Olivia Zielinski at 3rd, Cummings at 2nd, Swan at 1st. Good speed at 2nd and 3rd.
That was a great job of hitting from Swan. I think that ball was slightly out of the strike zone, and she was still able to power it through.
Fouled back. Score tied 2-2, bottom of the 5th inning. Union City with the bases loaded.
What a great game on this beautiful day.
Absolutely.
Couldn't ask for a better Monday.
Yep, this is the best game of the year so far.
2 well-coached teams, strong athletes.
Absolutely. Here's the 0-1 pitch, popped up, out of play, strike 2. Megan Sipes on deck.
She's going to hope to hit this somewhere on the ground. Will probably score a run unless it's hit hard to the pitcher or to the corners. They might be able to get him out at home, but they're definitely going to be striving. Or she's going to be striving to get that ball hit hard up the middle somewhere.
Line drive to right field, base hit. And that ball gets by the right fielder. 1 run's in, 2 runs are in. Maddie Swan digging for 3rd. They're going to hold her up at 3rd base. But that scores 2 more as Abby Capella, after striking out her first 2 times at bat, comes through with the 2-run single.
Well, and like we mentioned earlier, Union City has really good mechanics. They're taught how to approach the plate. And once they got comfortable with the speed, they're getting a lot more comfortable getting in there and getting these solid line drive hits.
Absolutely.
And even their ground balls have a lot more on it than they did earlier in the game.
And I would give that a single and an error on the right fielder as the ball got by her. But that would have scored 2 runs regardless with the speed on the bases. But that error by the right fielder puts runners at 2nd and 3rd as Union City now leads 4-2. And there's the ball.
Great eye.
As like to see them cash in at least 1 more here.
I'd feel a lot more comfortable if they could get 1 more run.
Yeah.
Because just as Union City was able to make a run this inning, it's very possible that Mercyhurst is able to do that in the next inning.
Absolutely. Here's the pitch, fouled off by Sipes. Sipes got a bunt base hit in her first at bat. So she's 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, the shortstop's playing quite far away from second base, so the hole going up the middle is quite large.
Absolutely.
If she's able to get a good hard ground ball up the middle, she is her best chance for a hit here.
Yep. The 1-1 pitch, ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Great job by the catcher to keep it from going to the backstop and giving up another run.
Marie Troyer on deck.
Mercyhurst catcher is doing a fantastic job catching, framing the pitches. When you're a pitcher, if you have a great catcher, you feel confident that they're going to catch and block everything, your game can just rise to another level.
Absolutely.
3-1 count. So once again, she's probably going to be looking one side of the plate or the other.
Yep.
And if she feels she has that pitch, she's going to be swinging hard.
And like I've said before earlier in the inning, you just put the ball in play. It's most likely going to score at least one. And there's a ball or a fouled straight back. She's right on that pitch.
Yep, that's where she wanted it hip high. It was a little on the inside.
Yep.
So now if I'm the pitcher and I saw her going for that, I'd probably bring that off-speed pitch and try to get her to chase it outside with a 3-2 count because of the speed that she has. Although with a full count.
Yep. You also don't want to walk her.
You're rolling the dice.
Yep. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. And Malin Sipes strikes out. But that will bring up Marie Troyer with 2 outs.
She definitely put a little extra on that pitch, which made it rise, but also theirs is so hard to lay off of.
Yep. And not taking anything away from Ellie Chapman, who's up next, but I would be surprised if they give Troyer anything close to hit as Olivia Capella comes in to run at second base.
Well, I mean, that's just smart baseball. I remember when I was coaching a competitive Little League team, parents got very upset when there was an intentional walk,
yeah.
and they didn't like that. And I let the parents know very quickly, we don't do that. That's a strategy within the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, you don't want to give the best hitters good pitches to hit.
Right.
You just don't.
But.
And if they're in the meat of the lineup, then they're probably the best hitters.
Yep. Olivia Capella running for sister Abby Capella at second base.
She was right on that one.
Yes, she was. Yep.
That was a beautiful swing.
Yep, and Troyer definitely has the ability to extend this lead here. She's 0 for 2 today, reached on an error by the shortstop her last time up.
Well, and with her swing, what I noticed specifically with her is she has very strong legs and good footwork with her swing, and that's really where power comes from. You can have big arms, strong arms, but when those legs are in footwork is going proper.
Oh, fouled out. Oh, yeah. I thought it hit her, but then the umpire didn't make the call right away, so I was like,
yeah.
That's kind of unfortunate because I think she'd have beaten that out at first base if that hadn't hit her, but. Goes as a foul ball.
That was a good swing.
Yep. Yeah, she just topped it right into the ground there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or no balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to second. And through. 2 runs are going to score as Capello stumbles around second. But that's going to get 2 more in for Union City as Marie Troyer with the 2-run base hit, and that makes the score 6-2 Union City as they have scored 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
That was a great piece of hitting. Sometimes, the home runs look like the best hits. That was perfect swinging with a 1-2 count, correct? That's what that was?
0-2, I think.
0-2, protecting the plate, being able to put that ball into play and hit it hard. Fantastic job.
Yeah. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Not sure.
Oh, wow, she was so close to third. I'm surprised she,
yeah.
Well, no one was covering second. That's why she was able to get that far away.
Yeah. But, not sure if they would give Troyer a base hit on that. It was a hard hit. It was a backhanded attempt by the second baseman, but it might.
My experience is if the glove touches the ball, it's normally an error, but I'm not quite sure that it did.
But I think it did. Yeah. But, and she didn't have to move that far. It was just hard hit, so I would probably give her an error on that one. But regardless, Union City has taken a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And like I said, I'm much more comfortable with more than a 1 or 2 run lead. So Chapman swing and a miss. Ball is dropped. Throw to first to complete the strikeout. And that will do it for the bottom of the 5th inning. but Union City scores 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. And after 5 complete innings of play, Union City 6, Mercyhurst Prep 2.
Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball in Union City today. Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you by Terri's Tax and Notary. Starting a new business or need help managing the one you have? Terri's Tax and Notary has you covered. With over 40 years of experience, they handle income tax preparation to payroll, bookkeeping, and business setup. Kelly's Design can help get your business online fast. Union City Today Sports thanks Terri's Tax and Notary for their support. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball on Union City Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is made possible by Rancho, Alegre, authentic Mexican restaurant serving authentic Mexican cuisine. Rancho Alegre is open Tuesday through Sunday, located at 16328 State Highway 8 in Union City. More information at ranchoalegrapa.com or by calling 814-438-6043. Union City Today Sports thanks Rancho Alegre, authentic Mexican restaurant, for their support. And if Union City wins this game, it was won this winter in the batting cage and in the weight room. These young ladies have such great mechanics, it's almost impossible not to have good at-bats.
Absolutely. As that first pitch to Kaczynski is inside for ball 1. This is the key inning here in the top of the 6th. Oh, and there's a low strike call there.
I think we got a call there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, once again, momentum impacts. I umpired my way through college in the summers, and the one thing.
There's a ground ball to Swan, and she can't make the play.
That was a rare error by Swan. But one of the things that happens when you're an umpire is you get caught up into the game just as much as the players do if you're not careful. And sometimes the momentum that carries over to the next inning, and you find yourself giving calls that you might not otherwise give as a strike. Mm-hmm. And I think that might have been what happened there.
Yep. Like I said, this is a big inning as Mercyhurst Prep has their 2, 3, 4 batters coming up in this inning. If they can get through this part of the lineup without any major damage, that's going to go a long way towards securing the victory for Union City. As Bender is up, she's 0 for 1, walked and reached on a fielder's choice. And there's a pitch up high, and that's going to be a stolen base as she was running with the pitch anyway.
Now, at this point, if I'm managing this game, my mindset is the following. I don't care about the runner at second. I care about stopping the bleeding is what we used to call it, right?
Absolutely.
So you can afford to let 1 run score. You might even be able to afford to let 2.
Oh, yeah.
What you want to make sure you do is if they score, you want to make it out on that play.
Yeah.
So if she comes across home plate on that same exact play, you want to make sure that you make it out.
And I'm sure that's part of what this conference is about, too, is, you're up by 4, just let them put the ball in play. You have a good enough defense, just getting out, regardless of what happens with the runner. And that's all they need to focus on right now. More games are lost by free passes in terms of walks and hit by pitches than anything. So, let them earn their way on base here. Here's the 2-0 pitch, fly ball to deep left field. That ball is going to be out of here. As, like I said before, they needed to extend that lead last inning, and luckily they did.
Yep, that off-speed pitch hung just a little bit.
Yep. As Bender gets the 2-run home run to center field, but Union City still with a 2-run lead.
Well, and the same thing, like we said before, the same thing applies. Mercyhurst comes up, the meat of their order, they're going to make their rally. It's kind of like basketball. Everybody makes a rally a little bit during the game. Now, we're going to see, is she able to stay focused? Is she able to get through this inning without letting it get to her? And I guess we're going to find out.
That brings up Riley Beebe. And that ball is popped up into right center field. Troyer goes over and makes the catch.
And Troyer did a great job. The sun was right in her eyes. I've seen several fly balls to right field not get caught because of that sun.
Yep.
And she fought it perfectly. Great job. That was a much harder catch than it might have looked on the video.
Absolutely. As that will bring up Dugan with 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Beautiful.
And that was big getting BB out there as that leaves the tying run in the on-deck circle.
And Zielinski threw that last one with a little bit of attitude, which I like to see.
Ground ball up the middle. Cummings at the bag. Throw to first.
What a great job.
Is there any question about that? I mean, yeah, Cummings committed the error earlier in the game, but she's made so many good plays, not only this game, but all season long.
Well, and when you have that kind of defense behind you, yeah, they might make an error here or there, but you can rely on them quite consistently. It just changes your whole attitude as a pitcher.
Absolutely. And now Spence, the batter. This is the big batter in this game as there's a ground ball to third. Throw to first. She's got him.
What a great inning.
And that means that Mercyhurst Prep will have 7, 8, 9 coming up in the 7th inning. So huge job there for Zielinski to get that out there to end the inning.
Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball in Union City today. Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is made possible by Brown's Fitness Center with 24/7 access. Owner Seth Brown is a NASM certified personal trainer located at 1 South Main Street in Union City. Call 814-795-7743 for more information. Union City Today Sports thanks Brown's Fitness Center for their support. Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball in Union City Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided by Hitchy's Townhouse Tavern, now open at 21 North Main Street in Union City, serving food and daily specials for dine-in or take-out. Union City Today Sports thanks Hitchy's Townhouse Tavern for their support. And support for Union City Bears baseball and softball on the Union City Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided by Dai Salon, located at 28 South Main Street in Union City. Dai Salon specializes in hair cutting with color and highlighting, along with perms, textured services, and updos. They also offer manicures, pedicures, and waxing services. For information, call 814-738-6225. Coverage of Union City Bears baseball and softball in Union City Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you by C.S. Warthman Funeral Home, serving the community for over 100 years, providing compassionate and affordable end-of-life services. Located at 69 North Main Street in Union City. For information, call 814-438-3811. Union City Today Sports thanks C.S. Warthman Funeral Home for their support. What a great inning.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So much action, so much talent, so much skill, so much strategy.
Yep. And in that 5th inning, Union City scored 5. Mercyhurst Prep came back with 2, and Union City is at the same part of the order that they were last inning, as 9, 1, and 2. Danica Williamson leads off. She got off last inning with an infield single that really got things started for that big inning. You know, Williamson doesn't get the accolades that some of the other players do, but that was as big a at-bat as any last inning, leading off and getting on to start that rally.
So which batter are we at right now in our lineup?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Yep.
So if we don't score any runs here, it would be really good to have the meat of the lineup in the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th would be ideal, just in case we need some extra runs.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't even get to the bottom of the 7th. Hopefully they can close it out in the top of the 7th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. This is the exact same way the last inning started.
Yep. And 2 balls, 1 strikes on Williamson. Ball outside, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Looks like BB needs to take a second to refocus.
I was just going to say, you can see she's getting a little bit frustrated after that big inning last inning.
Yeah, she was probably hoping they got a few more runs, but
Yep.
seeing how she's competed so far this game, I don't think she's going to slow down.
Ball 4. And honestly, you know, she might be as frustrated about her at bat last inning as her pitching, you know, because she had a chance to, you know, after the home run, she came up and swung at the first pitch and flew out. So, you know, she might have been frustrated about that. But, you know, the worst thing to do as a ball player is take your at bat into the field, you know, especially when you're the pitcher.
Easy to say, so hard to do.
Absolutely. And there's a bunt by Kimmy Zielinski. Fielded by the third baseman. Thrown away. Williamson going to get to third as they get the ball in.
Great backup by the right fielder. You know, you don't see it very often where the right fielder has to be there, but they have to run to back up first anytime there's a play at first.
Yep, absolutely.
Very easy to forget, but really, really important. So she definitely kept the run from scoring on that situation.
But that puts runners at first and third. Nobody out.
Wouldn't surprise me if they try to steal here.
Yep. Yeah, because they're not going to throw to second base with a runner at third, so that's a free base there. And there she goes.
Yep, and that was a take the whole
Yep.
way.
And that puts runners at second and third.
So 6-4, bottom of the 6, 1 strike, no outs.
1 ball. Was that a ball? No, it was a strike. No ball, 1 strike. Pitch up high.
That was a curveball that didn't have much break to it.
Yep.
Now, here's the one thing. If you don't throw your off-speed pitches often throughout the game, your muscle memory starts to get tight with the fastball. So then when you go to that off-speed pitch, you don't feel it the same way you normally would if you were throwing a plethora of your pitches during the whole game.
Absolutely. And there's a swing and a miss.
Yep.
Kind of a half swing. I think it was a strike anyway, but
Yeah, but she's just upset for being indecisive.
yep.
If you're going to swing, swing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she knows that.
She's still alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Olivia Zielinski. Got a base hit and scored a run last inning. Ground ball to second. That's going to score another run.
Great job by Zielinski.
Throw to first, and that is what you want to do in that situation. Hit the ball to the right side. It not only scores the runner, but it gets the runner from second over to third base.
Okay, I'm going to show my age here. I don't know if you guys remember the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 90s, but there was a shortstop by the name of Jay Bell who was amazing at getting ball players to advance with bunts or just being able to hit directionally. And Olivia Zielinski has that ability at a high school level.
Absolutely. It doesn't go down as a sacrifice, but it's just as good as a sacrifice there.
She's a smart ball player.
And Cummings swings and fouls it back. She wanted that one.
Well, and you can see by their reaction that they're on.
Yep.
They're on the speed of the pitch. And now it's not a matter of if I'm going to hit it. They want to just hit it as hard as they possibly can.
Yep. Union City leading 7-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kimmy Zielinski at third. Cheyenne Cummings up. Oh, pitch over the catcher, and Zielinski started down the line, but she put on the brakes as the catcher got to that ball pretty quickly.
Well, and that pitch came right back to the catcher. That was good base running by her to go back, and great job by the catcher to turn around and be ready for that to bounce back to her.
And good job by BB, the pitcher, covering the bag too, covering home plate. 1 ball, 1 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Line drive, right center field. That ball's going to split the outfielders. Oh, nice job by the right fielder to almost cut it off, but Cheyenne Cummings is into second base with a double. Yep. And that scores another run. What a hit by Cummings. She's hit the ball hard all game. That was her first hit of the game, but she has been on BB's pitches all game, and it was just a matter of time before she got one to fall in.
She's a 5-tool player for sure. She has all the attributes for every aspect of the game.
Absolutely. Maddie Swan, 3 for 3 in this game.
3 for 3, and yet you get the feeling there's something left on that bat. I just get the feeling that she's just due to put one out of the park today.
Absolutely. She's hit the ball hard every time.
Maybe it could be the fan in me, but.
Strike right at the knees, strike one.
Now, if you're going to pitch to her, and any hitter, that looked a little low and outside in the strike zone, which is the hardest place to hit a home run. You got to carry it to the opposite field.
Yep.
So that was a good pitch.
But with a 4-run advantage right now, she can afford to try to tee off here and try to put a charge into one. As that ball, Abby Capella had to jump out of the way to get out of the way of that foul ball here on the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes, just Maddie Swan. Another one of the Union City girls basketball players. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as BB comes back and strikes out Swan.
That might have been BB's best at-bat pitching in the second half of this game. She kept the ball low. She kept it away.
Absolutely.
And she set her up. You could tell she was kind of looking for the curveball there, but she was able to blow the fastball right by her.
Exactly.
Against a very good hitter. That's not easy to do.
Yep. First time she's retired Swan today. That's 8 strikeouts in the game for BB. And Capella takes ball 1, and that wild pitch is gonna move Cheyenne Cummings to third. So one more wild pitch might get another run home, as Union City leads 8-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Malin Sipes stands on the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Ball low.
Good eye, good eye.
2 balls, no strikes.
Eight to 4, runner on third. Bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. The count is 2-0.
Here's the pitch. Ball down. Oh, called it a strike.
Well, we got one earlier, and I think that might have brought it back. I think that might have evened the playing field with the call we got a little bit earlier.
The pitch up high. I didn't notice this earlier, so I don't know. But
that's what that was.
2-1, or 3-1, the count. Line drive, foul.
Been a lot of foul balls down the first base line. Somebody ought to give those dads a glove down there. They're so used to it coming their way that they're not even flinching at this point.
I don't know.
Full count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, scores 8-4. She's going to want a challenger.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball off the pitcher's glove into center field for a base hit. And that's going to score another run. And that makes the score 9-4.
And, you know, I feel good about this, and this is great to see, but Mercyhurst is definitely capable of having their own big inning. So get as many runs as you can. It's not really like football where you can run out the clock or basketball where you can hold on to the ball. Really, in baseball, you want to get as many runs as you possibly can because you never know what the other team's going to do.
Strike 1 to Malin Sipes. Union City with 9 runs, all in the last 3 innings. Ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. After trailing 2-0 in the fourth inning, Union City scored 1 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth, and 3 so far here in the sixth. There's a line drive into right field, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder. Good piece of hitting there by Sipes, but just couldn't get it to fall in. And that will do it for the sixth inning. As we go to the top of the seventh inning, Union City leads 9-4.
Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball on the Union City Today Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided by Union City Pet Hospital, located at 2 South Main Street in Union City. More information at unioncityveterinarian.com or by calling 814-438-7876. Union City Today Sports thanks Union City Pet Hospital for their support. Support for Union City Bears baseball and softball on the Union City Today Sports Stream is provided by Ron Jones Hardwood Sales, based in Union City, supplying premium hardwood lumber to customers worldwide. Located at 2 East High Street. For information, call 814-438-7622 or visit ronjoneshardwood.com. Union City Today Sports thanks Ron Jones Hardware Sales for their support. Coverage of the game on Union City Today Sports is brought to you by Countryside Grill, located at 10 South Main in Union City. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 8 and Saturdays from 8 to 2. Countryside Grill serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including homemade pies and soups, along with popular specials, including Friday fish fry, fried or baked, fried chicken, steak, shrimp, scampi, barbecue baby back ribs, and meatloaf dinners.
And we are here in the top of the seventh inning as Mercyhurst Prep has the bottom third of their order up with Baker, the batter. There's a low strike called as Kimmy Zielinski trying for the complete game win here.
I really like Baker's swing. I think that it does well against Zielinski. We're going to see if she can't get a hit here at this at-bat.
That pitch is over her head, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Baker's 0 for 2. In fact, the 3 batters due up first 3 this inning are combined 0 for 6 in this game. And that ball's popped up down the third base line. It's going to be out of play.
Yeah, her head moved forward just a little bit, which is what's getting her to go under the ball. If she's able to keep her swing balanced and her head not move as much, I think she's going to hit a nice line drive to left field, based on what I've seen pitching-wise. But if that head moves forward, she's probably going to continue to pop it up or give a lazy fly ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As that is just the second strikeout of the game for Kimmy Zielinski. And, that makes what Zielinski has done this year even more impressive, that she's not a strikeout pitcher. In softball, a lot of your dominant pitchers are big, hard throwers and get, 8, 10, 12 strikeouts a game. But she finds other ways to get outs and retire batters with soft contact.
Yeah, she's a pitcher, not a thrower. But the great thing about pitching with her style is it works against any hitter.
Mm-hmm. There's a foul ball, back to the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes.
As long as, if you're at home and you're working with young ones with baseball or with softball, throwing strikes and throwing just hard enough to change speeds is all you're really looking for. It's a lot more impressive when you can throw hard, and eventually you want to work towards that, obviously. But you don't have to be a successful pitcher.
Yep. And she's only walked 1 batter in this game, and that's a big key to her success, too, is, she doesn't give out a lot of free passes to the other teams as well. That ball's fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9-4. Union City with the lead. Top of the 7th inning. Ball a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, good pitch. That's where she wanted to throw that, try to get her to chase.
Yep.
She's really good at that. She has the confidence that she can waste the pitch when she's ahead of the count and know that she can come back and throw a strike later.
Ground ball. Cheyenne Cummings. Who else? Throw to first. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. That is,
She plays shortstop so perfectly, it almost looks fake.
yep.
It almost looks like AI generated the perfect throw.
Absolutely. That's the 4th assist by Cummings, and she has 2 putouts on pop-ups. So she's been busy today. Thomas, the batter. Caden Thomas, 2 outs. Ball low. Kimmy Zielinski 1 out away from giving Union City a share of first place in Region 3. Ground ball to third. Maddie Swan up with it. Throw to first, and Abby Capella can't hold on to it as Thomas reaches on the error by first baseman Abby Capella.
Yeah, and being down this much in the game with a runner on first, you're not going to see overly aggressive base running because they have so many runs that they have to get. That one run isn't worth the risk. So you're probably going to see conservative base running if there's an extra base hit.
That brings up Jocelyn Jordan. Pitch over the head of the catcher, and that's going to put her down to second base. That doesn't do much, but it does take away the force out at second base. So if there's a ball in the hole, they will have to make the play to first base. But so close to ending the game there, but still need just one more out.
While there's a visit to the mound, I'll have a word from our sponsor. Support for Union City play-by-play coverage. The Union City Today sports stream is provided in part by the Corry Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union, wishing the Bears the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Street, Union City, and 315 Main Street in Spartanburg.
1 ball, no strikes to Jordan. Ball low. 2 balls, no strikes. Union City still with a 5-run cushion. 9-4, top of the 7th inning.
And right now, as a pitcher, you don't want to rush to just get the game over. Whoop.
Foul ball out of play.
You want to keep your composure. You want to keep doing what you've been doing the whole game. There can sometimes be a tendency to push yourself to just get it done. And that's usually where mistakes happen. But it looks like the coach knew that, has brought her under composure here, and she looks like she's ready to get this final out.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 pitch away from a huge victory, the biggest win of the year for Union City. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. Oh, check swing, foul ball off the third base side. Just barely stays alive, and you can see the smile on Jocelyn Jordan's face as she knows she got away with one there.
Well, she has incredibly long arms, so I bet she's able to hit a lot of bad pitches with those long arms.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up high, ball 3. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base, 9-4. Union City with the lead.
Well, you definitely want to compete here. You have enough of a lead that you don't want to walk.
The 3-2 pitch. Ball low, maybe outside, as that puts 2 runners on. And the drama continues. And that will bring up Kaczynski. We're getting close to the heart of the order for Mercyhurst Prep, so we don't want it to get too far down the road here. There's a strike right there at the knees, down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. Force out at any base, first, second, or third. Ground ball to Cummings. Why not? And Cheyenne Cummings ends the game with another assist. As
what a great game.
If they gave out a Gold Glove awards in high school, Cheyenne Cummings would definitely be the Region 3 recipient this year, as she has just done a phenomenal job. I can't say enough about the job Cheyenne Cummings does at shortstop. And
both teams have a lot to be proud of today. I know Mercyhurst is going to walk home feeling like they could have played a little bit better, but they put in a great game. And Zielinski is just a natural pitcher. I know she's probably put in a ton of work, but it wouldn't have surprised me as at a young age you saw her ability to throw that ball. The most impressive thing here is the coaches and how they've trained their team and how they deal with their team under difficult situations. The coaches really just have a very common sense, I know they're not laid back, but as far as coaching goes, like when I coached for 18 years, I got to be honest with you, sometimes I was chomping on that gum a little too hard and a little too intense. They seem to know exactly what they want to do. Their calm demeanor is going throughout the whole team, and they're all approaching it like they're just going to work.
Absolutely. And, give big props to this team for coming back. And, they were down 2-0 for the majority of the game. Kimmy Zielinski got out of a couple jams that Mercyhurst Prep could have increased the lead early in the game. And then, once Union City got that first run, you could just see their whole demeanor change, And once they got back, even though they were still losing 2-1, you could see it clicked in their head that, hey, we can actually play with this team, And, Mercyhurst Prep hasn't lost in their last 6 games until today. And so, Union City played probably their best game of the year today. They've scored more runs in other games. They've pitched shutouts in other games. But to beat a team like Mercyhurst, in the way that they did it in comeback fashion, that was impressive.
It really is, and it just comes down, their muscle memory is so strong that they're not thinking, how am I going to swing? They're thinking of what's the situation and how am I going to take care of that situation. You can tell every single count throughout the pitch, their batters have a game plan for what they're going to try to do. What's really impressive is how comfortable they are bunting the ball. That really is an underrated skill,
Absolutely.
Especially at the high school level.
Absolutely.
Bunting can make or break your entire season.
And they have enough speed that if they put down, even if they're trying to sacrifice, they can beat out a lot of bunts to first base, and that puts pressure on the defense to make a good play to get them out at first base as well. So, this is a complete ball game for Union City, and as I said, that they are now tied for first place in Region 3. Mercyhurst Prep, Union City, and most likely Seneca are all 3-1. Seneca played Northeast today, who was 2-10 this year. So most likely Seneca came away with a win as well. So you will have those 3 teams tied atop Region 3 as we turn the page to tomorrow. And they've all beaten each other. Union City's beaten Mercyhurst Prep, Seneca's beaten Union City, and Mercyhurst Prep beat Seneca. So, so it's going to be a fun second half of the season to see how this plays out between those 3 teams.
Well, it seems like any one of them could take the lead. So that makes for an exciting and entertaining second half of the season.
Absolutely. But, well, that will do it for us. Let me look at the schedule real quick if I can find it. I don't know where I did with the schedule. But
we have quite the mess here on our desk as we try to give you guys our report. But
that's your phone.
Yep. So one of the things, though, because I come to this with a coach mindset, is if you're watching Union City play and you're a younger player and you see what these coaches are doing, there's 2 things that are really, really important if you're going to play ball. You have to have strong legs. And a lot of their hitting, the reason their mechanics are so good is because they have strong legs and they've practiced the mechanics. That mind-body connection is huge. And if you don't have strong legs, it doesn't matter how much you practice, you're not going to be able to get that consistency that you're looking for in the batter's box. You might get it here or there, but that every pitch consistency is not going to be there. And the same with pitching. So if you're out there, make sure you're doing a lot of running, you're doing a lot of leg lifting, deadlifts, things of that nature, and you're practicing your mechanics.
Absolutely. So Union City will not have much rest as they are back in action tomorrow as they travel to Iroquois, a team that they just beat 15-0 a couple weeks ago, actually about a week and a half ago. So after that, they play at Maplewood, who is 4-6 this year. They play them on Friday. So this has the makings of a pretty good week for Union City, as they're already 1-0 this week. They have Seneca or Iroquois tomorrow and Maplewood Friday. Both teams with losing records. So Union City can make a pretty good move here coming up, for the second half of the season.
I agree. And I got to tell you, this sun is so beautiful, Doug, I'm going to have to cut out so I can do a little bit of riding on my motorcycle.
Absolutely. So
right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for today's broadcast. I hope you enjoyed it.
So the next Union City softball home game will be next Tuesday. So that'll be Ben's next broadcast. That'll be next Tuesday, May 5th, as they take on Seneca. So that'll be another big region matchup. And my next broadcast will be for the boys baseball game on Friday as they play.
Well, and while you're looking for that, I do want to apologize for everybody. I'm coming from the other side of the county, so I will probably be starting the game a little late. And I really do apologize for that. It's not really what I want to do. It's just the way the situation is being a teacher. I can only leave so early, obviously.
And Union City plays Reynolds on Friday, and I will be joined by Cody Rose on that broadcast, as some of you may know him from the basketball coverage. He's been in Florida the last couple months, so he's just coming back. So he's going to join me and maybe Ben on a couple broadcasts towards the end of the season. So you'll be able to hear Cody on Friday. So once again, that will do it for us. Union City is victorious 9-4.
Yep.
Yeah, 9-4 today, as they take over a share of first place with Mercyhurst Prep and Seneca. So once again, I will see you on Friday. Ben will be back on Tuesday. So thanks again for listening, and go Bears.